Joseph Eulo, the founder of the Indie Film Collective. I'm here with Jayson Simba, the founder of Festival of Cinema New York City.
That is correct.
We're in Forest Hill, Queens. We're at Aged, at the after party of the opening night.
We are. Yeah.
Jayson, this is great, man.
Thank you.
Tell us all about the festival and how it started and your life story and all that stuff.
So 3 years ago we started this festival, and our goal was really to become the biggest independent film festival on the Northeast Coast. We're only 3 years in, and at this point we are having on average about 3,000 attendees a year. This year, for the first time, we've rebranded as Festival of Cinema New York City. And the reason being is because last year, right before opening night, Regal heard about our success, and they invited to be a sponsor and invite us to a bigger theater, a bigger venue. We were originally called Kew Gardens Festival Cinema, over in Kew Gardens in a little art house theater. And when Regal heard that we had 3,000 people there that year, and they reached out and we brought the festival out here. It was an offer we couldn't refuse. It was just a bigger venue. We were backed by a big name, and it was just more. We were going to get more visibility out of it, and it was a step forward in the right direction. Yeah. So last year, because it was so last minute, we were still Kew Gardens Festival Cinema. Right. So this year, going into it, we had a whole year to get ready. We rebranded. We are now Festival of Cinema NYC, happening in Forest Hills, 10 days, and we've really connected with the community, got the community involved, got more of Queens involved. So now we have parties going on, networking events all over the neighborhood. Right. People are taking notice. This year, our opening night was oversold out. We had to put folding chairs. There was over 100 people in that theater tonight. Wow. This year, before tonight, we had already had 3 sold out shows, and one of those shows being a 95-seat theater. So we're really excited because we haven't had that yet. Last year, I think we had 1 sold out show going into opening night, but this year there's 3, and I think it's 3 or 4 others that are very, very close to being sold out. So that already shows us that people are noticing. People are getting the word out, but they're coming out, they're enjoying the films, they're enjoying the parties and the good times, and we want to continue that, and we really want this thing to blow up and eventually just have this thing that that the whole neighborhood gets excited about.
What I like about your festival is that it's really made for the indie filmmaker. It's geared towards their experience, maximizing their connections. It's a total opposite of what the majority of those festivals are out there. And I love the fact that you started as an actor and the filmmaker, director, and you saw the good stuff of other festivals you've been to, and you wanted to bring it here to New York, which was lacking, I think.
Absolutely. So right before I started the festival, in 2014, 2015, I was in 2 films, were successful on the festival circuit, and I got to go to a lot of festivals. Right. I got to see the best and the worst, and even the worst. I saw the worst had great things to offer. They just didn't pull it off well, but they had a great idea behind them. And then the best, they didn't cater to the right demographic in terms of, unless you were famous, unless you had a name, they didn't care who you were. And it was like, that's not what independent cinema is about. Independent cinema is about discovering the filmmakers that we've never heard of them before, and we don't know these films are out there. Right. And that's why, we went into this wanting to be what Sundance used to be. Sundance is now a buyer's market. It's a who's who. Unless you have a name attached in any way, whether it's a director or an actor, producer, chances are you're not going to get noticed at Sundance. And not to say it doesn't happen. It does. But Sundance used to be where you went to get discovered, where it wasn't about who was in your film. It was about, wow, who made this film? Right. And that's what we're trying to accomplish here. And that's why we cater so much to the filmmaker, and we try to get them as much exposure as possible. We get them on the podcast. We have a great publicist who really pushes every film, and that's Brian Geldon. He really works hard to try and get the festival, the films covered in all the local papers, the Queens Chronicle, the Forest Hills Post, the Queens Ledger. I could go on and on, but a lot of the local newspapers are definitely taking notice. And now the bigger city newspapers, Daily News, the Post, they're starting to cover us. Right. We had CBSN, which is the division of CBS. They called us to do a live on-air interview on their news channel. So all of this is a great step in the right direction because it's going to get us visibility. It's going to show people that we're serious. We're not the 3-day film festival that's just in it for ourselves, and we could care less about the filmmaker, and we're going to disappear with your money, in 2 years. We're not about that. We're really trying to support these filmmakers and get them them out there and seeing.
Let's talk about the collaboration between the Indie Film Collective and the Festival of Cinema.
Oh, yes.
And what attracted you? Cause you reached out to me. You said, "Joe, I want you to do a presentation." But then we could have took that step further because.
And then, yeah, absolutely. It was like, wait, let's really get them involved. So when I've been following you on social media for the longest since we've known each other, and we haven't really gotten a chance to work again or really collaborate on anything. But I've been following you. I see everything that you do, and I love your mission. And I felt it was time for this festival because we couldn't do it really our first, even our second year because of the transition. So, I thought for us a step in the right direction would be to partner with the Indie Film Collective because you guys have a similar mission. Right. You're all about the collaboration between indie filmmakers who have a hard time. It's not easy to get an independent crew. Sometimes you just don't have the money or whatever the case is. It's not easy to put a crew together, a cast together. And not only that, but a crew and a cast together that works well together. Right. And you guys seem to be accomplishing that, and your network is growing, and I've been to your events, and the camaraderie, the people who work together, they're so enthusiastic, and they really work well together. The chemistry is there, and I felt, that's something that not only our audience, our filmmakers need to know exists, because I'm sure they can take advantage of an opportunity like that by becoming a member of the New York City Indie Film Collective. But I just felt it was in line with our mission, and I thought it would just be a great collaboration to work together. And I reached out to you to do a panel to get the word out, and then that evolved. Now you're doing interviews for us. You're the podcast. We've got the networking event coming up on Tuesday after your panel. It's got we're getting those RSVPs are coming in, so the word's getting out, and the after the networking event for that is going to be fantastic. So it's at a great restaurant in the neighborhood, Jade Restaurant.
And we also have the challenge.
Oh my God! Yes, and then that kind of evolved. I can't believe I forgot about that. So then you had this great idea. We were like, all right, what else can we do? And you mentioned this challenge to me, and that was again something we had never done before. So it was a little like, all right, do we do this? Do we not do this? Do we let's stick to the podcast and the panel this year? But I thought, let's roll the dice. Let's do it. Let's see, and let's see what we got. And right now, that screening is sold out.
Wow.
We are looking forward to this challenge. MassBeth Federal Savings came on to sponsor the event. I believe they'll be there the night to introduce, and they will be there at our awards show to hand the prize. And they have been generous enough to offer the winner a $500 prize, which could go to submissions or could go to their next project, whatever. It's something that's going to help. Every filmmaker or film could use money, and I think it's very generous of MassBeth, especially they're a first-time sponsor of ours. Right. So they also, with every first-time sponsor, it's always like, how is this going to go?
Right.
So we're very generous with what they offered us and how they wanted to get involved, and they really wanted to get involved with the festival in terms of not just visibility, but have a presence.
Right.
And when they heard about the challenge, they loved it. The film challenge is sold out show. I can't wait to see the film. Filmmakers are going to have a good time. I think the attendees, it's going to be great.
A little side story. When we were originally planning this, Jayson gave me a lot of advice that I did not listen to. I'm like, this is my challenge. I'm going to run it the way I want. So I became very egotistical about it, which is ironic because our organization is no diva, ego and troll-free environment. And everything that he said came true, but I grown from the experience, and I brought salt for him to rub in my wounds. No, but anyway, this has been a great experience for me as well. I love. It was a challenge. I donate equipment to film teams. I help move gear.
Yeah,
I wanted to be a part of it, even though I couldn't be in the films or be on set. I wanted to help them make film. And this is what the Indie Film Collective is about. This is what the Festival of Cinema is about.
Right.
Fostering that, creating that
opportunity
to create independent film, which is something we share.
Yeah.
That drive, that desire.
I agree 100%.
Regardless of all the stress and the gray hairs it gives us, we're about supporting independent filmmakers in every aspect of the process. Meeting people like Fabiana, who's running the camera right now, hosts like Michelle. I want to thank you from the Indie Film Collective for the opportunity
so much, yeah.
to be a part of this. And even though I didn't take a word of your advice at the beginning,
it's all good, man.
Still
it's
tolerate me.
Now you know. Now you know. It got crazy. It got crazy.
It's
going to. It's always like that. Now it's a little, and then when it starts to happen, that's when you're like, okay. But up to the setup, up to the last minute. We just received the film tonight that we have to burn tomorrow to screen tomorrow morning.
That's crazy.
So
but that's indie filmmaking.
Indie filmmaking. At its finest.
So, Festival of Cinema NYC runs from August 2nd to August 11th. You missed the opening night, but hey, there's a chance to come out to the screening.
Plenty of networking events. We got karaoke Sunday. We got the film challenge after party because it's sold out now. There'll be tickets at the door. There'll be tickets at the door, all our sold out shows. But the after party there, the networking event on Tuesday, the awards celebration next Sunday. I'm missing some kind of parties. I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Stuff.
Come out. There's so many chances. And we have over 80% confirmed filmmakers attending this year, which is unreal. We've never had that many filmmakers come. So it's a good time. Don't miss it. You got 10 days. There's no excuse not to come out.
Yep. So come and celebrate the art and craft of independent filmmaking. Come and connect, create, and collaborate with your future filmmakers. Meet all types of people. It's a great time. It's a great experience. Right here in Forest Hill, Queens, New York. At the Festival of Cinema, Midway Theater, Regal Midway Theater. I want to personally thank Maspeth Savings for being a sponsor of the IFC Challenge and of the Festival of Cinema. It's organizations like that make us want to do our stuff even more because we're supported. But Jayson Simba, where can they find the Festival of Cinema?
www.festivalofcinemanyc.com.
We'll see you here at the festival. I'm Jayson and Joe signing off.
We